It started with the sound of laughter, rough, mocking laughter, echoing through a dusty roadside bar in the middle of nowhere. The kind of laughter that makes the hairs on your neck stand up. Nobody knew who she was. Just a quiet black woman sitting at the bar, minding her business, sipping water while a group of bikers made the whole place theirs. But when one of them crossed the line and slapped her cheek, the room fell silent. Because what happened next nobody saw coming. She wasn't just a woman, she was a United States Marine. And that night, she reminded everyone what respect truly means. The Copper Spur wasn't a place people came for fine dining or quiet conversation. It was the kind of place where the walls reeked of whiskey and sweat, where pool balls clacked louder than the jukebox, and where the neon sign outside flickered like it was tired of trying. That evening, a storm brewed outside. Heavy clouds, low thunder. The kind of night when you'd rather stay home. But Sergeant Maya Thompson wasn't the kind of woman who ran from storms. She'd driven 6 hours straight, coming home from her base in South Carolina to visit her mother's grave for the first time in 3 years. The road had been long and quiet, the memories even louder. Maya walked into the Copper Spur just looking for something to eat and a little peace. She was in jeans, boots, a gray hoodie, hair tied back. Nothing flashy, nothing that screamed Marin. Just another traveler. She sat at the counter, ordered water and a sandwich, and tried to let her mind rest. But peace doesn't last long in places like that. At a corner table, a group of 5 bikers had been drinking for hours. Big men in leather jackets, chains, tattoos of skulls and flames, their laughter sharp and ugly. Their leader, Rex, was tall, scruffy, and mean-eyed. The kind of man who thought the world owed him something. "Hey, sweetheart," Rex called out across the bar, voice loud enough to drown the jukebox. "You here alone?" Maya didn't look up. She'd heard that tone before. In bars overseas, in training camps, in back streets where drunk men thought they could test her patience. She simply took another sip of water. That silence only made Rex grin wider. "Oh, come on now," he said, swaggering over, his boots heavy on the wooden floor. "Don't be shy. You too good to talk to me." "Just trying to eat," Maya replied calmly, her voice low but firm. His buddies laughed. One of them muttered, "She got attitude, man." Rex leaned closer, his breath thick with beer. "Attitude, huh? You should learn some manners." Before anyone could react, smack. His hand came across her cheek, a sharp, loud crack that made the bartender freeze mid-wipe. The room went silent. Maya didn't move, didn't flinch. She just slowly turned her head back toward him, her eyes cold and steady, like steel forged in fire. "Don't," she said quietly. "Do that again." Rex chuckled. "Or what, sweetheart?" Then, in less than a second, she stood up, twisted his arm, and swept his legs clean off the ground. The sound of him hitting the floor echoed like thunder. His drink shattered. His buddies jumped up cursing, ready to fight. But Maya didn't back down. Her stance was flawless, her eyes calm, years of Marine training shone in every movement. "You want to find out what war what means?" she asked. For the first time, the men hesitated. The bartender, a gray-haired man who'd seen too many bar fights, raised his hands. "Folks, let's cool it down." But Rex scrambled up, furious and humiliated. He lunged. Maya stepped aside, grabbed his wrist, and pinned him against the counter. Her voice was calm, controlled, terrifying in its steadiness. "You don't touch people like that," she said. "Ever. Not women. Not anyone." Rex gasped, eyes wide. Who the hell are you?" She leaned close. "United States Marine Corps, and I've dealt with men tougher than you halfway across the world." When she let go, he stumbled back, clutching his wrist. The other bikers suddenly didn't look so brave. No one in that bar said a word. Even the jukebox seemed to stop mid-song. Maya paid for her sandwich, untouched, and walked out into the storm. But that wasn't the end of it. Because one of those men would show up at her motel the next morning, not for revenge, but for something entirely unexpected. The storm had passed by morning. The parking lot outside the sunny motel was slick with rain, the world gray and quiet. Maya sat by her car, sipping coffee, her jaw still sore but her mind steady. She thought about her mom, how she'd raised her to stand tall, how she'd said, "Respect isn't about who's louder, baby. It's about who stays calm when the world loses its mind." That voice echoed when she saw the shadow approaching. It was Eddie, one of the bikers from last night. Not the loud one. The younger guy who'd sat in the corner, looking uncomfortable when things went south. He approached slowly, hat in hand. "Mom, can I talk to you?" Maya nodded. "Sure." He looked nervous. "I just wanted to say I'm sorry. What Rex did, that wasn't right. I should have stopped him. I didn't. I just sat there like a coward." Maya studied him. He looked barely 30, maybe a veteran himself, judging by the tattoo peeking out from his sleeve, a small eagle and globe. "You served?" she asked. He nodded. "Afghanistan. 4 years." She softened. "Then you know better than most. You've seen what real strength looks like. It's not in your fists." He swallowed hard. "I know. I lost myself for a while. Those guys, they're the only ones who didn't treat me like broken glass when I came home. But last night, watching him hit you, I remembered who I used to be. Who I want to be again." Maya stood extending her hand. "Then start there." He shook it, tears welling. "You saved me from becoming like him." She smiled faintly. "We all need reminders sometimes." That day, Eddie left the biker gang. Months later, he joined a veterans outreach group, helping others like him rebuild their lives. And as for Rex, he got banned from every bar in the county, and rumor has it he stopped drinking for good. The lesson burned into his pride that night changed something in him too. But Maya never told anyone about what happened. She didn't need to. The people who were there remembered every second. And when her mother's birthday came around, Maya placed a single rose on her grave and whispered, "You were right, Mama." Calm is power. True strength isn't loud. It's quiet, steady, and rooted in respect. It's not about fighting for pride. It's about standing for what's right. And sometimes, the calmest soul in the room carries the loudest courage.